Can you explain to the people kind of a little bit about what's going on in this case? Why is this case in existence?
You put me to work already.
All
It's
right,
all good. People in the chat, this is what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Fani Willis and Nathan Wade are lovers. They've admitted it. But essentially, let me just go back to the beginning. Not Donald Trump, this guy named Michael Roman. His defense attorney was contacted by Nathan Wade's ex-business partner and his former divorce attorney in his divorce. That's who contacted Michael Roman's attorney. Her name was Ashley Merchant. Now, Ashley Merchant, after being contacted by Nathan Wade's former divorce attorney, he told her that, hey, Fani Willis and Nathan Wade are getting funny between the sheets. So after she got that, she then wrote up this stuff like, "Oh, okay, Liz, give me the details." So he's giving her the details. They go on trips. They do this. They do this. They do this. They do this.
You already covered Belize. You covered the.
So let me tell you our real trips. In October, we went on the cruise with his mom. We got back from the cruise with his mom, and we went to Aruba.
As you guys are going to hear from the testimony a little later, you'll hear that came out. Now, the reason why that had to come out is because Fani Willis and her team were saying Ashley Merchant was committing perjury and was just lying on her. So she had to then come forward and provide the receipts.
You lied right here. No. This is the truth.
Judge,
it is a lie. It is a lie.
How did you get this information? How do we know they're not lies? So that's why you'll see Nathan Wade's former attorney have to testify. So that's where she's got the information from. So that all came out that he was feeding them information. Now he doesn't like Nathan Wade because Nathan Wade forced him out of their law offices. So Nathan Wade had forced them out because there was an allegation of some assault or something that happened. So he had to give up something like 20 or 30 grand, and he was forced out of the firm. So that's why he had a little axe to grind with Nathan Wade. So that's why he was feeding this information.
I haven't watched it yet. So that's interesting. So they got a little, because the little bit that I saw, I guess it was in the first days or something. It seemed like he was really trying to protect Nathan. So,
but then we found out he was the one that was feeding him the information. So after she
who was feeding who the information? What now?
It was Nathan Wade's divorce attorney, his former divorce attorney, who had actually filed all this stuff. He was the one feeding the defense, Ashley Merchant and Trump's team, all this information.
Wait, the black dude?
Yes. His attorney, Nathan Wade's former attorney, was the one who was feeding them the information.
Wow.
Yeah. That's how they got it.
Wow, your former law partner. I just started out talking about the law partners, man. We all know where the bodies are buried and this and that. Wow, I did not know that he was the mole. He was the mole.
He was the mole. Yep. But not only was he feeding him, and don't forget, he was Nathan Wade's attorney in the divorce. So he knew where all the bodies were buried.
He knew everything.
So he started feeding them information. But then so they had two witnesses now, because don't forget now for everybody who doesn't understand, Nathan Wade. So after the allegations came out, Nathan Wade and Fani Willis then gave testimony under oath. Nathan Wade gave it some interrogatories at the divorce. Then he gave some testimony here. And so did Fani Willis. Fani Willis gave an affidavit in this case too. And in both the affidavits, they said one thing, that the relationship started after Nathan Wade started working for Fani Willis with the Trump case. But as you saw on the first day, they first brought in one witness who said no, which was Fani Willis's ex-girlfriend. She was like, no, the relationship started 2 years earlier in 2019. That was like a shocker. 2019, there was 3 years before they said the relationship started. And then they brought this defense attorney, Nathan Wade's former partner, who also claims the relationship started before they said. So in other words, they're accusing them of perjuring themselves in front of the court. So that's where you had now, okay, who's lying about this? And so now you had the perjury issue that then led them inquire about whether Fani Willis was getting kickback. So this is and obviously you know this, but this is for the crowd. This is essentially what's known as a kickback case. In general, you see it with the mob a lot, where you have a government official who has a contract to build something, and they'll say, okay, I'll give you this contract. It's to be $1 million. Nathan Wade, I'll give you this $1 million contract. You build the building, but since you have that contract, I want some of that money too. So instead of you giving me cash because it's easy to trace, you buy me a new car, you take me on elaborate vacations, you do all the other stuff. So in other words, instead of getting the cash, I'm still getting benefits, but I'm not getting cash directly. That's what they're alleging happened in this case. They're saying Fani Willis was getting the elaborate trips, was getting all this stuff, was getting all this great stuff instead of cash. So she was benefiting off of the money she was paying Wade to prosecute these cases. And that is where we're at. We're at now. If they can prove that she was getting this kickback, then she would be off the case, because not only is that, unethical, but then you got a whole bunch of other problems. So Fani Willis's excuse that she wasn't getting this kickback, because now we have all the evidence. At first, it was all BS and it was all racism, but now we have all this evidence to show that they went on trips. They went on trips together, and Nathan Wade paid for them. And his only source of income at the time, or one of his sources of income, was the DA's office.
The only money you've ever given him outside of a contract is cash.
I didn't give him money in a contract, so that was cute, but I didn't give him money outside in a contract. What happened is, no, we're going to answer it since you said it. He worked more hours than he was paid, and the county paid him for the work that he did. So don't be cute with me.
The large majority of his money is from the DA's office. So now that's why Fani Willis had to say, I paid him back. But she didn't have any receipts to show you paid him back. So just like any good mobster, if you don't have any receipts to show you paid the person back, what's the first words out of your mouth? I paid them in cash.
So the cash that you would pay him, you wouldn't get it out of the bank.
I have money in my house.
You have money in your house.
Paid him again.
Right? No receipt. They got the money. So then obviously you heard about the whole, show me the deposit receipts, right? You're being paid tens of thousands of dollars in cash. You had to deposit in the bank. He says he keeps it at home. She says she keeps $15,000 in cash in the house, and that debacle. So that's where we're going into with this. Can the judge trust the fact that Fani Willis says that she paid him back in cash, tens of thousands of dollars? There's no receipts, no proof, and the only proof that they have is that, as you said with her testimony, I'm the proof. I'm the one who proves it. So there's no receipts or anything. So that's where we're at now. So today you're going to see the explosive testimony of the Nathan Wade's former attorney and former law partner, who essentially was the one. And they all go after him. All of them hate him. All of them hate him. But they're trying to get the one piece of information that they're going to try, and it's going to be the whole hour that you'll hear it. They're trying to ask him one question, the defense. And that question is, when did the relationship start? Now, he claims he got that information based on his attorney-client relationship with Nathan Wade. He was representing him in divorce, and he knew, and that information about when the relationship started, let's say back in 2019 or whatever, that's privileged. But the defense is making the argument that it's not privileged because it's a crime fraud exception. Nathan Wade has now come and testify that the relationship happened in 2022, not 2019. So if he has information that shows that if Nathan Wade told him something different, or that statement was a lie, him as the attorney, he could be in a lot of trouble. Number one, he filed a false affidavit, because he's the one that filed the affidavit for Nathan Wade that said that this relationship started in 2022, which was false. He knew it was false because he has information to the contrary, and now Nathan Wade can't be shielded by attorney-client privilege because he's already answered that question anyway. And if he has information to the contrary, he has to say it. So that's what the judge, but that's not resolved in this case. They're going to resolve that on Friday, this Friday coming up. But that's essentially what we're building to. If the attorney says the relationship started before he was hired at the DA's office, that means Fani Willis and Nathan Wade has perjured themselves at this hearing in front of this judge.
Wow. Now let me ask you, because I haven't really looked into this, and I didn't know that it was Nathan Wade's attorney, the black dude, that went and spilled the beans. Now, it's my understanding that the divorce case is still ongoing. Did the attorney violate any type of ethical rules in talking about this case to the other side when the case is still ongoing and he's still representing Nathan Wade?
Well, that's the two. So there are a couple of things. Number one, he was representing Nathan Wade up to a certain point, and then Nathan Wade got another attorney after they kind of had their falling out. So yes, as of right now, he violated every single ethics rule, because don't forget, he's the one that told them in text messages, which again, people, never over the phone, always in cash. Don't text things. And you'll hear that today. She's going, the defense attorney for Trump's team is going to say, you text me all of this. You text me they had a relation. You text me this. You text me they went on trips. You were the one who gave me this information. So obviously he's got some professional ethical issues that he's going to have to deal with, because all of that is Rule 1.6, which is whatever you tell your attorney, it's supposed to be confidential. If your attorney starts spilling the beans, then you can't trust your attorney. So your attorney can lose his license for that. And obviously the privileged information, because if it's true that the information that he got was from his attorney, he's spilling it to other attorneys, in this case, that he's violated that attorney-client privilege, and he can be, and essentially he should be disbarred if that's the case.
Wow.
Yeah, it's insane.
And did he ever indicate, was the motivation for him ratting out Nathan Wade the whole fact that he got kicked? Somebody's at my door. That he got kicked out of the law firm?
Nobody knows what it is, but allegedly, there was not only there was a client. Well, there was one person in the law firm that allegedly the former partner had assaulted, and there was a client that he also assaulted. So he was asked to leave because you have two people, and those people were paid some funds from the law firm because of this assault. So that's why so people are theorizing that he didn't probably want to leave and he didn't want to settle that case, but they forced him to settle, and that's why he had bad blood with me.
You don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth!